Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Elias, what's going on, Kurt? What are you doing? I'm in the Royal Rumble. What? You're in the Rumble? Why aren't I in the Rumble? Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Figs, Elias, the only man announced in the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble consists of 30 superstars. Now, it's usually about 12 to 15 Raw. Yeah, give or take. Because remember, there's also call-ups that they usually bring up from NXT. There's new superstars debuting from either NJPW or all over the world. And there's also returns. I want to go over some of my potential maybes, as well as for sure call-ups and debuts. Now, Rey Mysterio, there's been a lot of talk about Rey Mysterio coming back to WWE. This must happen at some point in his career. Before he retires, before he steps out of a wrestling ring, he's got to come back to WWE one more time. I would love to see. I think a lot of people, anybody that has followed Rey Mysterio's career, you know this man can perform. And they would definitely utilize him well. I don't know if they would. I mean, 205 Live is kind of like a hit and miss for most superstars. Neville, right, being a prime example. But Rey Mysterio, not only in 205 Live, but on the main roster. I mean, he was one of the biggest underdogs. I mean, this man, he beat some of the biggest dudes, the biggest little guys, they'd like to call him. Now, speaking of big guys, one of his good longtime friends, Batista. Also, Batista, there's been a lot of talk about him coming back, and I know he kind of doesn't, a good part of Batista doesn't want, because, I mean, his last run was just terrible. They didn't utilize him right. He was just, you kind of almost wish he would have stayed on the sidelines, but if you want to bring back a top superstar, Batista would be a great addition. Plus, it would tie into a great feud with the Shield / what was it? The Authority? No, not the Authority. Evolution, right? Man, that team was just epic. Now, I know last year we were all crossing our fingers that Omega debuted. Kenny Omega made his debut because his contract had come to an end, but he renewed it. He ended up renewing it, and in January, I think it's January or early February, his contract is coming to. He only did a 1-year contract, and this right here, again, last year, a lot of talk about him coming back. Kenny would be an awesome addition to the club, to the Bullet Club, Ballard Club, whatever club he wants to join. That man is going to totally annihilate. Now, some potential call-ups, right? NXT. See, these guys right here, these are kind of like the monsters of NXT, right? We got Authors of Pain, and we got this monster. Now, believe it or not, Lars Sullivan, he was technically supposed to be the one superstar that was supposed to be called up and defeat. When Brock Lesnar was having that undefeated streak before Goldberg showed up, he was actually supposed to be the man that was supposed to kind of just show his dominance, right? Show proof of who the new monster is. I would love to see. If you guys haven't seen this guy in NXT, go check it out. He had a great match at last NXT TakeOver. This guy right here, whether he goes on SmackDown or Raw, he's definitely going to succeed. Now, speaking of dominance, right? The Authors of Pain. And I know we've talked about this in the figure review, but these were supposed to be the people that were supposed to be attacking the Fashion Police. These two right here, most likely they would be called up. If they were to be called up, it would most likely be SmackDown. But these three, I would definitely love to see on the main roster. I think it's time. I mean, Authors of Pain have truly just shown like what they can do in the ring. Now, some maybes, right? See, Dean Ambrose, he's actually injured right now. And the reason why I'm calling him a maybe is because the injury that he's suffering right now, it can be problematic to where it's like 3 to 6 months, or not 3 to 6 months, but John Cena, the last time he had the same similar injury, he recovered quick, but you guys know Super Cena, the guy always seems to outdo it. But I really hope that he recovers come Royal Rumble, because the lunatic fringe, come on, we need Dean Ambrose in the Rumble. So now, speaking of John Cena, come on. John Cena, this is like their go-to guy. WWE is like, hey, Cena, you got to come back. For what, man? You got to come back and do the Rumble, man. Oh, okay. So most likely it's Cena, another maybe. Braun Strowman, I know he's in the triple threat match, with Kane and Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, but I would like to see Kane. I mean, because it has happened in the past where some of the main, or like the main event superstars were still in the actual Rumble. So Braun Strowman and Kane. So these are my maybes. I mean, Kane is just, come on, he's one of the greatest. I can't believe the man is still in a WWE ring. Believe it or not, the man has been in the business for so long, but he's still putting on great shows. Now, for Raw, see, this is kind of why I want to mention my the first superstar that's gonna make the number one entry. See, so Kurt Angle, right? He's kind of his dad, Jason Jordan. He's kind of been, well, he's not his real dad. We all know that. But anyways, Jason Jordan, he's talking about like how he can roll with the big guys, right? What better way to prove himself, right? Make him the #1 entry and make him last. I mean, he doesn't have to be in throughout the entire, who knows? He might pull out the win. Jason Jordan for my #1 entry for the Rumble. Bray Wyatt, we gotta have Bray. We gotta have Sister Ab. When is Sister Abigail making her debut? I know she was supposed to have that match with not Finn Balor, but the Demon, but we need Bray Wyatt in the Rumble for sure. The guy is awesome. I mean, I know he's been feuding with Matt Hardy, of course. Matt Hardy, not Matt Hardy, Woken, right? Which is kind of like broken Matt Hardy, but I want to see Matt Hardy for sure. Jeff Hardy, I don't think he'll be back in time for the Rumble. His expected recovery time was 6 to 9 months. So as much as I want to see him in the Rumble, I don't think he'll be ready come January. Now, see, this is kind of, my man never wants to stand. We'll just put you right there. I know that I see Neville, he's still under contract. Then they're still trying to figure something out. And I know he's a 205 Live guy, but if he does come back, I do think that, I mean, he's kind of made that clear. He basically said, look, I deserve to be on the main roster. I deserve to be competing with, whether it's mid-card level or whether it's main event. Neville, come on. Like, please, WWE, work something out. If you're watching this, Vinny, please just bring him, give him what he wants. I mean, Neville has had one of the greatest runs when he turned heel, and this would be epic for the Rumble. Now, right here, Finn Balor, right? Finn Balor has proven that the man can get over. And I think he should have been the one to compete against Brock Lesnar at the Rumble. But they did the triple threat match. And they actually did a tally. They did a survey on WWE.com as to who the WWE Universe wants to see as like the next runner-up for the Universal title. #1 right there, Finn Balor, right? Now, speaking of Finn Balor, if you guys watched Monday Night Raw, Hideo Itami, again, like I said, we're going to include 205 Live guys in here. Hideo Itami has been called up to the 205 roster, but we did see him on Raw. So this, again, raises like a lot of questions as to what's going to happen. Maybe it's like a tag team that they're trying to develop. That would be cool. Because, now, I mean, for Balor, they're just kind of like, man, what are we going to do with him? I mean, the WWE Universe still loves him, but I don't want to make him champion. Because that's kind of like whole Vinny's standpoint as of late. He doesn't want to put Finn Balor on the main card. And, I mean, you guys know, I think everybody will agree that that's not the case, right? Now, speaking of Vinny, right, the big dog, you know Vinny's going to put Vince McMahon. Why do I keep calling him Vinny? He is my guy. I'm not going to lie. Big dog, he's probably, for sure, most likely, there's no doubt. I mean, it wouldn't be a Rumble without the Shield, right? Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, and I know that he is supposed to main event. He's supposed to be like the main event, the one that's going to be going up for the Universal title. So who knows? I mean, he might keep that title and become IC and Universal title champion at the same time. And Rollins has just kind of been thrown back down into the mid-card level when last year, overall, like, he's had a great career. He's had a lot of accomplishments, but he's no longer in the main card. He's more of a mid-carder. I would definitely call him that for sure. But this would be, if he were to win the Rumble, this would be a great way for him to come back and just kind of establish himself, right? Now, Samoa Joe, come on. Samoa Joe, this guy, it will destroy. I don't care if it's a SmackDown Superstar, Raw. He came close to conquering the Beast. And this has got to happen again. I'm crossing my fingers that Joe ends up coming back and just establishes himself. And Rollins almost knocked down everyone. So, for sure, Joe. Now, here's the thing, and I know most people are going to get upset about this, but number 30 entry, right? Because we always got to know what number 1 and number 30 entries are. I got to say, Triple H, the game. I mean, this guy has been all over the place. Whether it's feuding with Jinder Mahal or whether it's teaming up with the Shield, this man has literally been all over the place. And you know he's going to put himself into the Rumble. Maybe number 30, maybe half middle through, but you know he's going to want to be in there, and he's going to just kind of, because he's going to have a match. WrestleMania, that's always his time where he kind of just showcases himself as like one of the main guys, which is crazy because, I mean, dude, give these guys a chance, right? Give me some of your thoughts, some of your opinions, some superstars that you would like to see come back, some potential debuts, whatever the case may be. Just give me your thoughts about this Rumble because I'm almost positive that this is definitely going to be a solid like 10 out of 10. Last year was kind of like meh, but again, give me your thoughts. Would love to hear that. Until next time, everybody.